Much to talk about. The Ukrainian side revealing that not only, to talking about the actual weapons package, which included not just the Patriot missiles, but also smart bomb kits that will allow the Ukrainians to better guide their targets, and also satellite telecommunication systems, which they're in desperate need of right now. But also talking about keeping up a sanctions regime against Russia, both the Americans and their allies, making sure that the sanctions that are already in place are kept in place and that they're toughened and that they're enforced, most of all. And the Americans, by the way, are looking not necessarily for a way out of this, but are looking for an answer from Vladimir Zelensky and the Ukrainians as to what it's going to take to at least start talks, at least start negotiations with Russian President Vladimir Putin, because it can't go on forever. And especially, Guy, with Republicans taking over the House here in January, and they've already promised that there'll no longer be a blank check for Ukraine. It's already $22 billion from the Americans that have gone to the Ukrainian cause so far, just in defense aid and humanitarian assistance. That there needs to be, if not an off-ramp, then at least a discussion of what a victory for Ukraine would look like at this point, assuming the Republicans keep to their word and start to limit the amount of money that's flowing out of the pocketbooks of Americans here in the coming year. So much to discuss, and also energy as well. IAEA President, CEO Rafael Grossi is heading to Moscow this week to talk about the situation at the power plant there in Ukraine and the disaster that it really could be affected here if the Russians don't stay away from that and if it becomes involved in a military conflict. So all of those on the agenda here in the White House today in these ongoing discussions between Biden and Zelensky.